Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news. Alright, Browns fans, there's always something happening around this team, and lately the buzz has been non-stop. We've seen some personal milestones, some intriguing developments on the football field, and a lot of questions about the future. But today, I want to start by talking about something that might seem like a mere personal story at first glance, but actually has significant implications for the Browns' narrative. Yes, Deshaun Watson, the quarterback who has been under the spotlight for quite some time now, just got married. That's right, Deshaun and his longtime girlfriend, Jilly Anais, tied the knot in a private ceremony this week. And let me tell you, this is more than just a wedding. It's a moment that could influence the team's stability, leadership, and even the chemistry in the locker room. Watson and Anais's relationship has been in the public eye for a while now, especially considering everything that's happened in Deshaun's career over the last couple of years. They got engaged back in March, and fans knew that the wedding was imminent, but the way they kept it intimate and close-knit really shows what kind of people they are. No big wedding party, no excessive fanfare, just family, close friends, and a couple of brothers stepping in as man of honor and best man. That kind of focus on family and roots. It speaks volumes about Watson's mindset these days, especially coming off a turbulent period that tested his resilience and character. You see, Watson has been through a lot publicly. The allegations, the suspension, the NFL's investigation, the settlement, and the hefty fine. It's been a roller coaster, no doubt about it. And even with all that baggage, Anais stood by him every step of the way. That kind of loyalty in the face of intense scrutiny is rare, and it shows a different side of Watson, one that's grounded, family-oriented, and perhaps more determined than ever to turn a new chapter. And now, with marriage under his belt, we can only wonder how that might influence his focus, his leadership, and his ability to rally his teammates in the upcoming season. But speaking of the season, let's shift gears a bit and talk about his current status with the Browns. Because honestly, that's where the real drama lies. Watson's future with Cleveland isn't crystal clear yet, and that's a big part of what's keeping fans on edge. The quarterback is still recovering from that devastating Achilles injury he suffered last season, and the prognosis isn't entirely optimistic. Most reports suggest he'll miss most, if not all, of the upcoming season. That's a huge blow for a team that invested heavily in him, both financially and emotionally, hoping he'd be the catalyst for a new era of success. But even with his absence on the field, Watson's presence off it has been surprisingly impactful. You see, Deshaun has been very active at Browns' offseason activities, something that was not always the case in previous years. Normally, rehab periods mean players are away, focusing on recovery, and not necessarily involved with team functions. But this offseason, Watson has been a regular fixture at the team's facilities, attending workouts, meetings, and even engaging with teammates on social media. And that's not just a show. It's a strategic move to rebuild trust within the organization, to prove he's committed, and to foster better relationships with the coaching staff and players. Browns insiders like Mary Kay Cabot have noted how much this has shifted the perception of Watson within the team. When he wasn't around during the tough times of last season, when the team struggled through a 3-14 record, fans and some media critics weren't shy about criticizing his absence. But now, Watson's been present every day since his second Achilles surgery, and the coaches have been praising his efforts, his attitude, and his willingness to help younger players. That's a stark contrast, and it's a positive sign for Cleveland. It's a sign that maybe, just maybe, Watson is truly committed to earning back the trust of his teammates and the organization. And let's not forget, the Browns are in a crucial phase. The quarterback competition in training camp is fierce. Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, and Dillon Gabriel are all vying for the starting spot. And while Watson might be the favorite due to his talent and experience, the team isn't leaving anything to chance. They're exploring all options, especially since the future draft class could hold some high-caliber quarterbacks, especially in 2026, when Cleveland owns two first-round picks, one they got through their blockbuster trade and another they own outright. Now, some critics, including Browns owner Jimmy Haslam, have publicly acknowledged that the Watson trade might not have panned out as planned so far. Haslam called it a swing and miss, which is a pretty honest assessment considering how things have gone. The team's performance last year was disappointing, and Watson's injury only added to the uncertainty. But there's still hope. Hope that Watson's off-field efforts, his leadership, and his dedication to recovery will translate into on-field success when he's ready. The Browns aren't rushing him back, they're being cautious, but they're also keeping options open, whether that's through developing their current quarterback group or making a splash in the draft. And let's talk about the bigger picture. Cleveland has been in a bit of a rebuilding phase these last few years. The team has had its ups and downs, a few seasons of rebuilds and reboots, but fans are hungry for stability, for a team that can contend seriously. That's why the development of young talent like Deshaun's return, the coaching staff's strategic moves, and the potential draft picks are all so critical. Cleveland has always been a passionate city, and Browns fans are among the most dedicated in the league. They've endured heartbreaks, missed opportunities, and tough seasons, but their resilience is what keeps this franchise alive. And the hope is, with the right moves, they can finally turn the page and start a new chapter filled with playoff runs and maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. Now back to Watson. This wedding, this new chapter in his personal life, could be a turning point. Marriage often brings stability, focus, and a renewed sense of purpose, and if that translates into his professional life, Browns fans could see a different Deshaun Watson in the near future. Someone more grounded, more committed to leading by example, and perhaps more motivated to prove his doubters wrong. That's what makes this story so compelling. It's about redemption, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Of course, we all know the road ahead isn't easy. The NFL is a tough league, and injuries, competition, and internal pressure can make or break a season. But with the Browns' defense showing promise, their young talent growing, and the coaching staff working tirelessly to build a winning culture, there's a sense that this could be the year Cleveland finally breaks through. And Watson, whether on the field or off, will be a pivotal part of that story. Will he come back stronger? Will he lead the Browns to the playoffs? Will this marriage be a symbol of a fresh start, both personally and professionally? Those are the questions on every Browns fan's mind right now. And speaking of the future, it's worth mentioning that Cleveland isn't just resting on its laurels. The team has been very strategic in roster planning, and the draft is looming large on the horizon. With two first-round picks, Cleveland has an incredible opportunity to add the kind of talent that could change the trajectory of the franchise. Whether it's a quarterback, a defensive star, or an offensive weapon, the Browns are in a position to make a statement. And if Watson can come back healthy and motivated, he could be the missing piece that unlocks that potential. As fans, we all know that patience is key. The journey to greatness isn't linear, and the Browns have faced their fair share of setbacks. But every step, every decision, every commitment to growth and change is part of a bigger picture. And right now, that picture includes a new beginning for Deshaun Watson, a wedding, a fresh outlook, and a renewed drive to lead this team to new heights. So, Browns fans, stay tuned because the season isn't over before it even begins. The drama, the hope, and the potential are all still very much alive. There's a lot to look forward to, and I promise, I'll be here to keep you updated on every twist and turn in this exciting journey. Whether it's on the field, off the field, or in the locker room, the Cleveland Browns are shaping up to be one of the most intriguing teams in the league this year. Let's remain hopeful, stay passionate, and keep supporting our team through thick and thin. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Watson's marriage and his recent activity with the team? Do you think this personal milestone will have a positive impact on his performance and leadership? Are you optimistic about the upcoming season, even with all the uncertainties? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns community. Remember, this is a team built on passion, resilience, and hope. We're all part of this journey together, and I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and more news on the Cleveland Browns. Stay tuned, keep the faith alive, and as always, go Browns.